So day 1 of today's article is a conversation between a clerk and Zach, a customer. It begins with the clerk saying, "Welcome to the Sydney Opera House. How may I help you?" Now, do you know where the Sydney Opera House is?
Yes, it's in Australia. Have you ever been there?
Well, I've been to Australia, but not to Sydney. So I've seen pictures of it, and it's an amazing building. But what about you?
No, I haven't been there either, but like you, I've seen a lot of amazing pictures of the Sydney Opera House, 雪梨歌剧院. Okay, let's check what the customer Zach says. Zach says, "I'd like one ticket to today's performance of The Lion King, please."
Oh, now I loved that story when I was young. What a lucky guy getting to see The Lion King. Now the clerk responds to Zach by saying, "Certainly. Are you interested in the matinee or the evening show?" Now we see this word matinee, spelled M-A-T-I-N-E-E, matinee. This is a noun, and it's a performance of a play or a film that takes place in the afternoon. For example, we could say, "We're going to see the matinee so that the children can see the play without staying out too late."
通常呢，歌剧院里面的表演分有2场 ，matinee 下午场，或者是呢 evening show 晚场。
Now Zach doesn't seem to be too interested in the matinee show because he asks for more information about the evening show. He says, "When does the evening show start?"
That certainly is important information to have. The clerk answers Zach by saying, "The show begins at 8 p.m., but the doors open at 7 p.m. So the door opens at 7 p.m. for the audience to come in, and the show starts at 8 p.m.
Well, it takes a lot of time for the audience to come in, sit down, and get ready, so the doors to the theater will always open before the show actually starts. Now for this show, they open at 7, but the show doesn't start until 8, so it gives everyone an hour to get ready. Now Zach's happy with the time, but next he wants to know more about the ticket price. He asks, "That's perfect. Do you have a student discount?" Now we see our first vocabulary word discount here, which is a noun, and it's spelled D-I-S-C-O-U-N-T, discount. Now a discount is a reduction in the usual price of something, which means you'll pay less money than normal. Another example could be, if you are a member of this gym, you get a 25% discount on group classes and sportswear.
Discount 在课文中呢是名词的用法。To get a 25% discount 代表能得到25%的折扣，也就是所谓的75折。We can also say to get a discount of 25%. If something is at a discount, 代表这个东西正在做折扣。另外呢 ，discount 也可以当做动词，是减价、打折的意思。
Now, luckily, the clerk is able to offer Zach a student discount. The clerk says, "Of course, student discount prices are $44 Australian, but I'll need to see your student ID as proof." Now, we see 2 letters used as a noun here, ID. This is short for the word identification, which is quite long. It's spelled I-D-E-N-T-I-F-I-C-A-T-I-O-N, identification. Now, identification is the official paper or card that you use to show who you are. For example, "Please have your ID ready. We accept passports or driver's licenses."
ID 身份证件全名是 identification， 我们呢是取字首的前2个字母 ID 作为缩写。
Now next we saw the noun proof, which is spelled P-R-O-O-F, proof. Proof is any facts, information, or documents that prove something is true. For example, "We know this man stole your bike. We have a video of him doing it as proof." Now in that sentence, the proof is the video.
Proof 证明证据 ，for example, scientific proof 科学证据。另外呢 证明的这个动词啊，我们说 prove, P-R-O-V-E, prove. So back to the article, does Zach have his ID with him?
Well, obviously, Zach is going to have his student ID with him to show to the clerk because he says, that's not a problem. Am I able to select my own seat?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So he's probably showing him a card he gets from his high school, university, or college.
Right.
He also wants to know if he can choose his own seat, though.
Yes, now let's find out what the clerk has to say about this. The clerk says, yes. However, I'm afraid the discount only applies to rows P to U, toward the back of the theater. Now, we often use the words I'm afraid, like this, to politely tell someone something that might upset them. We could use it in a sentence like this. I'm afraid that you won't be able to go swimming today. The pool is being cleaned.
I'm afraid 加上 that 之后呢，带出一个完整的句子，是一种礼貌性的用法，代表啊，在 that 之后的句子内容呢，可能会让另外一方不开心。For example, I'm afraid that I can't have lunch with you later, Aaron.
Aww.
Because I still have a lot of work to do.
Well, maybe next time.
Okay.
Now, we also saw the phrase apply to something in that sentence. Here, it means to have an effect on something or to be concerned with something. So in the case of our article, the discount is only available for certain seats. So Zach should be concerned with the seats between rows P to U. Another example could be, the rules in this classroom apply to all students, so everyone needs to follow them.
Apply 应用、适用或者是申请的意思。To apply to something 适用于某物之上。So it means if Zach wants to choose a seat by himself, only rows P to U are available, or he can't get the student discount.
That's right. Now, the next line of our article is Zach saying, that's fine, though I'd like to sit near the center if possible.
Good choice. I like sitting in the middle too. Where do you like to sit in the theater, Erin?
Well, I prefer sitting closer to the sides.
To the side?
But not right on the very end.
Okay.
I'm very picky. I like certain seats. Now, Zach likes to sit in the middle too, like Elsie, and it seems like the clerk has the perfect seat for him. The clerk says, okay, seat R14 is free. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
He's having a great day today. Zach goes to see the show at the time he wants and gets a good seat with a student discount.
Yeah.
And he gets to see The Lion King, an amazing show. Let's find out if Zach needs anything else though. He says, that's all, thanks.
All right, so he's got almost everything he wants, but what he's got to do now is pay for the ticket.
Yes.
Now the clerk says, great. Would you like to pay with cash or credit card? Now we see the noun credit card here, which is actually two different words. The first is spelled C-R-E-D-I-T, and the second C-A-R-D, credit card. Now, a credit card is a small plastic card that's used to buy something now, but you pay for it later. For example, I'll use my credit card to buy this meal. I don't have any cash right now because I only get paid next week.
Credit card 信用卡 to pay with credit card 用信用卡付费。那么用现金呢？我们说 to pay with cash.
Now, Zach obviously prefers not to use a credit card. He says, cash please.
It's good to be careful with credit cards because if you buy a lot but you don't have the money to pay later, you can go into debt. 是会有卡债的。
Yeah, now I had a credit card when I was a university student, but that was probably a bad idea. I didn't have a lot of money because all my money went to the school. So everything else I used my credit card to pay for. And it took me a long time to pay my credit card back. However, Zach is much smarter than that, and he's paying with cash. So our conversation is nearly finished. The clerk finishes up by saying, here's your ticket and your receipt. Enjoy the show. Now, our last vocabulary word today is the noun receipt, spelled R-E-C-E-I-P-T, receipt. The P in that word is silent. You don't say that letter. A receipt is a piece of paper that you are given that shows that you have paid for something. For example, we could say, in this grocery store, you have to show your receipt before you leave to show that you have paid.
Receipt 收据，同学们注意哦，字母 P 在这个单字当中呢是不发音的。我们再念一次 receipt。
Well, that's all the time we've got for day 1 of our theater article and the Lion King today. So let's get to our For You chat question before we wrap up.
Okay.